Yeah, morning. Another really nice day. Jeez, it's a big string of them here. This is really nice for March. Anyway, probably spoil the hell out of me. Next month will be miserable, rain and cold or something. But anyway, alright, so there's this styzor guy. He's made at least 10 videos. I don't know, 15? One minute, 1.5 minute. So goddamn annoying. So he claims to be, I'm a mathematician. Do you know that I'm a mathematician? Well, he's a Scottish guy. So I should talk like, he's like a reggae Scottish guy. It's like not even, he's Jamaican Scottish or something. Hey man, you know. Well, anyway, won't bother imitations. Too early in the morning for that. But anyway, light on? Yeah. So I wrote notes. But it was just totally irritating. And so now this guy's supposed to be so smart. He's a mathematician. Can't even read the dates on videos. Because now he thinks my account's been suspended. He just watched a video from a month ago, or 2 months ago. So it's just completely, this is what's wrong with the world. I mean, people who are just reckless and sloppy and stupid, and they talk like they have all the answers and they know the truth. So anyway, he's arguing with this idea that life fails. And he just keeps saying it over and over again. It can't fail, man, because, it invented us. They're like you and me. So it invented what I would concede is a 160-pound cockroach and a jackass mathematician who, number one, can't upload a 10-minute video in one piece, apparently, and who can't read a date on a video. And that's your definition of a success. Obviously, I have a different definition of the word success. Look, the word fail has written all over it an acceptance of the notion of value. Okay, you can't really make a word like fail unless you have some sort of value equation. Now, I know that's a complex word, equation, especially for a mathematician. You're not going to be able to get that right away. But there's this thing called an equation, a value equation. And you put plus stuff on one side and minus stuff, and then you get a net or a product or a result. And it's either pass or fail, good or bad, plus or minus. You see how it works? I mean, I know I don't really want to push you, being a mathematician and all. Got a jogger coming. How you doing? So anyway, it's okay. So he says it isn't fail because it's its function. See, it successfully functioned. It reproduced. Therefore, it can't be fail because it functioned. Oh, I mean, it's just so friggin' stupid. And this goes back to this whole argument. I'd like to calm down here. Where people, they say they don't appreciate the fact that there's a distinction between consuming and reproducing little machines when there's sentience involved and when there's not. If there's no feeling organism, there's no value. Then who cares? Then yes, there is no possibility of failure if there's no possibility of harm. Harm can only exist when you have something vulnerable to experiencing harm. A conscious experience of negative sensation has to be possible for there to be anything of meaning or value in the universe. All value equates to the existence of a vulnerable sentience. It is the only thing where value can be derived from. All value. A dollar bill, a house, this path, it all has to do, any value it has to do with how it affects feeling creatures. So there's no point in not making that distinction. That when life created sentience, there became a value equation. There are positive experiences and negative experiences. Those are the things you put into the value equation. Alright, so these fucktards who automatically think that dumb forces are automatically going to create productively, not fail, that the dumb forces are incapable of failure. Let's say evolution took place, and it could go in a lot of different directions. It's a predetermined universe, but depending on how the things go in the plasma of the Big Bang, it can come out a lot of different ways. But anyway, let's say the planet Earth only had 2 living things on it, and that living thing A, they're both feeling, and living thing A lays its eggs in the brain of living thing B, and those eggs mature and it slowly kills living thing B in this horrifically disgusting manner. And that living thing B does exactly the same thing to living thing A, and that's the universe. So there's just 2 organisms, 2 types of organisms, and they just parasitically impose preposterous suffering on each other. Now, if that's the state of life on Earth, and it doesn't go any further than that, they just have different colors. You know, there's purple ones and green ones and yellow ones, but they don't evolve into something different, just different colors. Would you not be capable of uttering the word fail when you looked at that world? And if you're not, you're too stupid for me to be wasting this time on. Really, it comes down to that. It really comes back down to the whole issue of either you appreciate the value of suffering or you don't. You either think it means something or you don't. And if you think it means something, you have to balance it against what we are doing that we claim has a positive on it. And so we somehow, the satisfaction of our little personal selfish desires somehow has to have enough positive value to compensate for all the, kind of disgusting egg laying and such, all the parasitic behavior that life obliges us to participate in. So anyway, all right, so I think I covered everything. Sentience changes the equation. No value without harm. No harm without sentience. No failure without value. That's right, you can't have an equation till you have values to put in the equation, and the value is in sentience. It wouldn't matter if life just was a function. If there was no sentience that was involved as part of the function, then we wouldn't have this conversation, because it wouldn't matter. Dumbass. Alright, so not efficient enough to merit required standard. Yeah, so it's all about your standard of what you're going to applaud. And maybe you'll applaud the Holocaust because, hey, we managed to have a world war and we only killed 50 million people. Horribly. Yeah, big success. It could have been 100 million. So by your moronic and idiotic standards, you could say, oh yeah, big success, World War II. Yeah, we kicked ass. Big success. Alright, that's just in my opinion, logically, I can make no sense of that argument. I can say, that's the stupidest, most preposterous, illogical crap I've ever heard. And essentially that's what you're saying. You've provided no argument countering my fundamental premise, which is the suffering endured on planet Earth outweighs, in terms of its negative strength, the negative number, it's like 500, let's say, the value of the suffering, a negative 500, and that the value of the positive, which is, ooh, I satisfied my desire to stick my wiener in a girl's vagina, is worth, it's good stuff, but it's only worth like a 4. Realistically, it's not going to undo the syphilis you might get. It's not going to undo the average person's rather slow and horrid death. And that's just a fact. And you keep pretending that your desire, your addiction, is some magnificent thing, but it's not. It's a trivial, idiotic soap opera worth very few points. And the pain and the suffering is quite horrid, and it's worth a lot of points. And so then you do the math, you put the little numbers in the equation, and you find out it's a negative product. And that means, oh, that's right, negative means fail. Yeah, that's how we define the word fail. So can you get that, Mr. Mathematician? I mean, I don't mean to, rub that in your face, but that's just a bogus way to start an interaction with somebody. Do you know I'm a mathematician? Like that means something. Like I should be somehow impressed. And obviously your arguments are shit. Your mathematical skills are skeptical, and that you can't figure out that January comes before March. Quite a ways, or 60 days before, but whatever.